Hey guys, this is Akshay, your Gyani buddy for today. And today we will be finally making the video which you all demanded for, the GRE experience video. We will be interviewing our another Gyani buddy, Ved, who scored 333 out of 340 in GRE, which is a lot. So I already, as you all know, passed down the and circulated the links on our social media platforms so that you could ask him any questions regarding GRE, if any. So I can't promise that to take all the questions in the list because we received an overwhelming response, but I'll still try to take the important ones. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So guys, I would like to welcome Ved finally here. Welcome Ved. First of all, I would like to congratulate you on your massive success for scoring 333 out of 340. That is huge. And I hope you are ready to answer all the questions which our viewers have had because I have received quite a lot of them. So let's get started with. So Ved,
Yes. Thank you for inviting me.
yeah, sure. The honor is all ours. So the first question, and which was asked by many people like Sanket, was that how did you actually start preparation? Like when? How many months did you dedicate for GRE preparation?
Yes. So there was no set consecutive period where I studied consecutively for a couple of months, but total around 2 to 3 months I required, with around 2 to 3 hours per day of study was required to prepare for GRE. Depends on your schedule. You could have college or internships or your own personal schedule. So depending on that, you should decide how much time you require. But 2 to 3 months should be enough.
2 to 3 months are enough. Like okay.
Yes.
So I hope you are noting it down, guys. These are all the secrets which Ved is sharing with us to score
State secrets.
330 above. So make sure you note them
Yes.
all. And make sure to watch this video till the end, right? Because I'll be taking the most important questions in the end. So I hope you stay tuned till then. So Ved, can you give us a brief introduction about GRE, like for the people who don't know what exactly GRE is and why people give it? So
Yes, so GRE is an international exam that you require to pass in order to apply for higher education anywhere in the world. So US, Canada, even in Europe.
okay.
So GRE has 3 sections. There are essay section, the quantitative section, and the verbal section. The essay section has marks out of 6, of which you need mostly 4 in most places. And for quant and verbal, you have marks out of 170, of which 130 you get by default. So if you do, even if you don't solve a single question, you get 260 marks by default. 130.
This is quite a awesome system, right? Like maybe maybe they did this so no one should feel down. Ki, oh my, I scored a 0. So wait, the next question for you is asked by Rugved. He wants to ask that what type of resources did you refer? Did you join any online classes or did you join some physical tuitions? If not, then what kind of resources did you refer to correct GRE?
Regarding online classes or any coaching classes, I don't think it is necessary to join class to even get more than 320.
Okay.
So there is lots of material available online. So for example, there are plenty of free tests from Magoosh, Crunchyroll. You have 2 free tests provided by ETS itself, as well as Manhattan and Princeton.
Right.
Along with that, the practice questions from the PDFs of Princeton, Manhattan, and ETS are more than enough to do practice.
Right. So you mentioned some free tests. So could you like give us an overview? Like what are these kind of tests? Do they simulate the exact environment of the test or
yeah, so the tests provided by ETS, they're called power prep tests. So you're given 2 free tests and they simulate the actual exam perfectly. So the UI is same, the question types are same, even the difficulty is very, very accurate.
Right.
So in what I suggest is that when you create some sort of timetable over the months, you should place your mock tests equally around them so that you can track your progress. Right. So you should give the first ETS test in the beginning and the second one at the last, so you can know how much you've improved.
Okay, so you can actually map your progress and know what sections need improving.
Yeah, exactly.
I make this as a point that giving mock tests is important, and especially the most important tests, the mock tests, which will give you the correct idea of your GRE score. would be the ETS prep,
Power prep.
because I have heard that the score only varies like 2-3 points, max 5 points plus minus. So
Yeah, I've also read that, and even for many of my friends, that's what
yeah,
they found.
so keep this in mind. So these were all the resources which Ved mentioned, guys. So don't worry, I'll be sure to add all this in the description below, or I'll make a separate blog where I will make a list of all these things which will be needed, which will help you in cracking GRE. So Ved, the next question for you is by Tushar. He's asking if there is a set number of words which we should learn, or if like 2000 or something like that for GRE.
So there is no set number of words. Like you cannot say that if I do 1200 words or 1000 words, then there will be no word which I don't know. There will always be words that you don't know. So you'll just have to try to figure them out based on the rest of the sentence.
Okay.
So I suggest that the Magush flashcards app is very useful. I did all my vocabulary, all my words from that and only. It has sections like intermediate, advanced, beginner, like that. So so if you've done all the words to the advanced section, then I think you're pretty much covered.
Right. Ved, Shivani asks if there are some specific tricks to learn these words.
So there is no set tricks. The most important part is that you revise them daily.
Okay.
So what you can do, little things, is that you can group them according to similar meaning.
Okay.
So words that mean roughly the same thing, you can group them together. Another thing you can do is that when you start solving the practice questions, you find that there are quite like some of the words are repeated quite often.
Okay.
So whenever you encounter them again in future questions, you have some idea that it could be the right answer, and that's usually true.
Okay.
So what me and some of my friends did was we wrote down some n number of words each day, 20-30 words, and we revise them in lectures or class or something in college. So
right?
that helps. Yes.
So, in which muscle memory, right? It's all about a muscle memory. When you write down
Yes.
words, I would also suggest that you guys write down the examples too. So
yes, as wherever possible, you could write down examples.
Yeah. So even if you don't remember the complex words, you can always remember them by the overall meaning of the example or the sentence in which you use.
Yes.
So
exactly.
according to me, in GRE, it doesn't matter if you don't know the exact meaning of the word, as long as you can get the context in which it is being used. So
yes, correct.
Try to do this also. So when I heard that GRE is section adaptive, so could you shed some light on what is section adaptiveness and how does it affect the GRE in short?
Yeah, so section adaptive is essentially, so for each verbal and quant, you get at least 2 sections, so 20 marks each. And so if say for verbal, your first section, it goes easy for you, in that you score very well in the first section. Out of 20, you get more than 14 marks. Then the next section of verbal, you would get harder questions. The difficulty of the questions will be hard. And similarly, if you score low in the first section of verbal or quant, then the next corresponding section, you'll have easier questions. Okay. So what this does is that suppose there are 2 people and one person scores very well in the first section, say he gets 15 marks, and in the next section, he gets very hard questions. Okay. And he scores only 10 marks. So his total is 25 out of 40. And the other person, say he scores low marks in the first section and he gets only 10 marks. And in the next section, he gets easy questions and he scores well, say 15 marks. So total of both is same, 25. So what section adaptiveness does is the person who got 25 after solving hard questions will get a bonus of 2-3 marks. Okay. So for example, in my case, my total for verbal, it was actually 31. So my score should have been 161, but I got a bonus of 2 marks because my first section went very well and my second section was hard. Okay. So it's basically like अगर आपका एक सेट जो पहला सेट अगर आपका बुरा जाता है थोड़ा, मतलब आपको नहीं क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, तो आपको नेक्स्ट सेट इजी आएगा, पर उसका जो ओवरऑल स्कोर रहेगा वो कम रहेगा, बिकॉज देयर आर बराबर पेनल्टी लगती है, इसको स्पेसिफिक मार्किंग नहीं है कि ये क्वेश्चन 2 मार्क का है, ये क्वेश्चन 5 मार्क का है, राइट। और अगर आपका पहला पेपर भी अच्छा जाता है तो जो सेकंड पेपर सेट आएगा आपको वो डिफिकल्ट आएगा, पर अगर आप बस एंड में 2 पॉइंट्स कम होते हैं या बढ़ते हैं तो okay. सिर्फ बोनस से पेनल्टी मिलता
तो
है.
मतलब in short we have to give our best whatever the situation is, like it is
Yes.
good to know
Try
that
to get good marks in the first section for quant and verbal.
yeah yeah
Yeah.
but I would suggest section adaptiveness हो या ना हो, अगर आप अपना पेपर अच्छे से देते हो तो it won't matter कि
Yes, of
section
course.
adaptiveness है या नहीं. So,
Yeah.
try to give best in all the sections, don't think about section adaptiveness. Cool.
Barabar.
So it would be great if you could give us a section wise overview of the GRE. So could you, what was the first section which you received while giving your GRE?
Yeah, so whenever you go to give your GRE, the first section you encounter is always the essay section. So you have to write 2 essays, 30 minutes each, and there is a 60-second gap between them.
Okay.
So you write your first essay 30 minutes, then there's a 1-minute break, and then you again have to give write a second essay.
What are these essays about? Like, could you tell us?
The first type of essay is called the issue essay. So
Okay.
issue essay essentially means that a topic is given to you and your opinion is asked on it. So
Right.
you can either agree with the topic or you can disagree with the topic to varying degree. So you
Okay.
just have to write an essay based on your opinion. So for example, say the topic could be that science and technology is extremely important for development.
Right.
So education should be more focused towards, or children should be more inclined to get a science education rather than an arts education. So give your opinion on this. So there is no right or wrong answer. It's all based on your opinion and how good you can justify your opinion.
Right.
Yeah. Then the second type of essay is called the argument essay. So what the argument essay means is that the topic given is nothing but conclusion. So what the author does is he introduces some set of some scenario, and based on that he develops a conclusion.
Right.
Your job is to find assumptions that the author has made and say that if those assumptions are not satisfied, then the conclusion won't hold.
Okay.
And that's what you have to present.
Right.
So for example, you could say that the topic could be like there's some store and the store has a sudden increase in sales of laddus.
Right.
And so the author concludes that throughout the year, the store should sell more laddus or store should stock more laddus.
Right.
So this conclusion can be flawed because, say, the author did not check if the season was Diwali. If it's some other season, then the sale might not have remained that high.
Correct.
So you have to find assumptions that the author made and critique them.
Right. So these assumptions will essentially sound right at the first sight, at the initial glance,
Yes.
but you have to dig deeper and pick out the problems with the other.
Flaws in them.
Cool.
Yeah, and the essay topic is always wrong. You always have to find mistakes. It's never right.
Okay, so this part they will handle. Okay, they will always give a topic.
Yeah, they'll always exactly.
It's always flawed.
Yeah.
Right. How are these marked? Like, what is the scoring scheme here? Could you please tell us again?
Yeah. So each essay, you're given points out of 6, and then for both the essays, your score is averaged. And each essay is checked both by a machine and by human. And
Okay.
for each individual essay, the marks are averaged between the machine and the human.
Okay. So, what are the parameters which are being checked in this? The checking done by the machine and by the invigilator. I'm sure there must be different parameters which are being compared at both sides.
Yes. So the machine, as you might have guessed, is mainly about the grammar.
Right.
If your sentence structure is correct, have you used some word repeatedly? Could you have used some better word? Things like that.
Maybe
And the human.
Have you copied it from someone or not?
No, there is no plagiarism check because you're free. You can't really copy from other people. There is a invigilator.
Okay.
So, yeah. And the human is responsible for checking the point of the topic. Like, have you stayed on point? Or did you make coherent arguments? So
Okay.
that's what the human checks.
The
So if you write something, if you write completely off topic, then you'd get very low marks.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So, which section did you get after AWA? Like after the 60-second break, what was the set you encountered?
Yeah. So after the first 2 essays, that is 1 hour has passed, you get. So this is the first section, the AWA section.
AWA.
After this, you have 5 more sections. So these 5 sections may be quant, verbal, quant in that order,
Okay.
or verbal, quant, verbal.
Okay.
So that means that you have 2 verbals and 2 quants, and extra of either one.
Okay. पर
Yeah.
ऐसा क्यों?
So the
Why this system? Like,
yeah, so हर सेक्शन में 20 मार्क्स का स्कोरिंग होता है. So दो सेक्शन for each verbal and quant, that means you get 40 marks. So the
Right.
extra section is called the experimental section. That is used for their own personal data collection and everything.
तो उसको कंसिडर
तो experimental
स्कोर में?
नहीं, हाँ, तो एक्सपेरिमेंटल सेक्शन का जो स्कोर है वो फाइनल इसमें काउंट नहीं होता है.
अच्छा.
और प्रॉब्लम ऐसा होता है कि यू डोंट नो कि कौन सा सेक्शन एक्सपेरिमेंटल है. तो
अच्छा.
ऐसा नहीं कर सकते कि अरे ये सेक्शन मुझे एक्सपेरिमेंटल लग रहा है तो मैं स्किप कर देता हूँ.
अच्छा.
डोंट डू दैट, क्योंकि पता नहीं
कि
चलता.
आपका बहुत अच्छा गया है एक सेक्शन पर वो
हाँ
तो आपका लॉस हो जाएगा.
हाँ
पर
एग्जैक्टली.
ऐसा भी हो सकता है
हाँ.
कि आपका जो सेक्शन बुरा गया था उसी को एक्सपेरिमेंटल पकड़ा गया तो आपका स्कोर ड्रामेटिकली इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. सो
यस.
अगेन
तो
doesn't matter.
सारे सेक्शन अच्छे से दो.
हाँ. डोंट थिंक अबाउट कि
हाँ.
कौन सा सेक्शन एक्स्ट्रा है, अपना बेस्ट ही दो.
यस.
राइट.
तो मुझे 3 वर्बल आए थे अनफॉर्चुनेटली. वर्बल क्वांट वर्बल. वर्बल में प्रैक्टिस भी ज्यादा लगती है, डिफिकल्टी भी ज्यादा रहती है कंपेयर टू क्वांट, एंड एटलीस्ट फॉर मी एज एन इंजीनियर.
ओके.
तो मुझे
भी
वर्बल की प्रैक्टिस बहुत लगी थी. हाँ एग्जैक्टली.
राइट.
क्वांटिटेटिव आसान जाता है हमको.
पेपर लाइक what is the syllabus covered and what kind of questions are asked?
Yeah, so I should mention that after the AWS section, again you get a 60-second break,
Right.
and then either quant or verbal 20-mark section. Now, after this, you get a 10-minute break.
Okay.
And after the 10-minute break, the rest of the 3 quant or verbal quant verbal are
Okay.
followed.
1.5
So-
hours. Again, after break you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
So the overall
Then you get a 10 minutes break.
test is let's say 4 hours roughly.
Around 4 hours, yeah.
Around 4 hours.
Like a little bit less than 4 hours, but yeah.
Okay.
So the quant section has 35 minutes. The verbal section has 30 minutes, but the quant section has 35 minutes for 20 questions.
Okay.
So both the sections of quant, or all 3 sections of quant, as you get it, will have 35 minutes each, and you have to answer 20 questions.
Right.
So the question could be of various types. So one of the common types is that the 2-column questions. So for example, you are given some value in A and some value in B.
Right.
And you have 4 options. Either A is greater than B, or B is greater than A, both are equal, or you cannot decide.
Okay.
So the values in A and B may not always be direct, obviously. It could be fractional values, or it could be some algebraic equation.
Right.
So that is one type of question. Then another is the graphical questions. So you will get some kind of bar graph or pie chart, and based on that, you will be asked questions regarding percentage. Like, for example, you have a graph of, say, car sales throughout various years.
Right.
And you will be asked that which car had a increase in sales by 20%.
Okay.
Or something like that. Yeah. So that is one type of question.
So what kind of questions are the most difficult ones and should be, prioritized before everyone else? Like, is there a specific strategy which you followed while giving your quant paper, or you went with the flow?
For quant, I did not follow a specific strategy. I just went with the flow. But I'd say that the most difficult were the graphical questions. Not because there was anything conceptually difficult, but because there is a fairly bit more calculation than the other questions.
Too much information.
So you get a. Yes, exactly. And the chances of making a silly mistake are higher than for the other questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so I should mention that you get a calculator in the GRE on screen.
That's good.
So, and the calculator is very, very basic.
Okay.
Like just five decimal places accuracy, and only the basic functions are allowed: multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That's it.
Right.
So you can use that while solving the graphical questions. But for the rest of the questions, you don't need the calculator in most cases. The questions are designed in a way that you don't need to use the calculator.
Okay, so using the calculator in other questions would essentially just waste your time. So it would be.
Yeah, so use it in the worst case. If you cannot think of anything else, then only go to the calculator.
Right. So this is a good point, guys.
Yeah.
Keep this in mind. That calculate, try to solve, try to avoid using the calculator as much as you can, because I'm sure the UI will be like you have to go and type in, then click equal to and plus again. So that will be in time which you could be like doing mental calculations, approximating values and writing down the or guess the answers. I guess eliminating options would be also good practice in GRE, right?
Yeah, eliminating option is a good strategy. It works in verbal as well as quant. And for quant, there is another type of question where you have to type in the value. So you're given asked some question, and then you're given a box to type in which you have to write the answer.
We will have no options there, right?
No, you will have no options there. You have to type.
So that this one might also be a little bit tricky. Like we could rank this as
Yeah,
the
yeah,
most
this would be
difficult
tricky.
question.
Yes.
Okay. So the questions which we had, like you had in the GRE, are they like from 11th, 12th, or they are covered till 10th only? Like, what is the scope of the questions of quant?
10th, most of the questions are till 10th. So you get very basic algebraic equations.
So high
Then
school
some
math-
questions will give you some initial conditions. Yeah, high school maths. So at most 11th, no, not more than that.
Okay, so no complex numbers, no trigonometry. No, I think trigonometry might be there, but
Trigonometry will be the most difficult question that you will find. So
okay.
Nothing as tough as trigonometry comes. Generally.
Okay, so here we have a benchmark that trigonometry,
Yeah.
below trigonometry, everything will be asked. So that's nice.
Yeah.
So with ये तो इसके बारे में हो गया, quant के बारे में.
Quant के बारे में.
Tell something more about the verbal section.
Yes, so the verbal section has 20 mark section, 2 sections of verbal, and each section has 30 minutes. In quant you get 35 minutes, in verbal you get 30 minutes.
Right.
So there are 3 types of questions in verbal. The first is the reading comprehension. Reading comprehension वही होता है जो हमको स्कूल में भी था. कोई तो पैसेज दिया होता है और उसके बेसिस पे क्वेश्चंस पूछे होते हैं.
अच्छा.
So the questions might be as simple as मतलब फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चंस की ऐसे में दिया होगा उसका आंसर डायरेक्ट.
अच्छा.
और कभी-कभी टफ क्वेश्चंस होते हैं कि क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग क्वेश्चंस कहते हैं उसको.
अच्छा.
कि इसमें से अगर
था ऐसा.
हाँ एग्जैक्टली कि फॉलोइंग ऑप्शंस में से अगर कौन सा ट्रू होता तो ऑथर का कंक्लूजन वीकन हो जाता या स्ट्रेंथन हो जाता.
Right.
ऐसे टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. So according to me this is the toughest type of questions and the most time consuming also.
Okay.
And
you will have to read the entire passage again and you will be nervous, so it will be like people, I think people suggest that you read the question first and then go to specific part of the paragraph, but when you are in the exam and you are nervous, I think you will read the entire paragraph only.
Yeah, so in my suggestion would be that for short passages you should first read the passage and then go towards the question. Right. And for long passages which are 4-5 paras or 6 paras even, you could try to do the question first and then go to the essay strategy.
Right. So as you mentioned that these are very time consuming, I think this strategy did not work with quant, but I think prioritizing some different kinds of questions will work.
Yes.
In verbal.
Yes. Yes. So the other 2 types of questions in verbal, the first was RC, reading comprehension, and the other types are sentence equivalence and text completion.
Okay.
So text completion is essentially fill in the blanks. एक fill in the blank, 2 fill in the blank या फिर 3 fill in the blanks वाले questions आते हैं.
Okay.
So अगर 2 fill in the blanks वाला question आया तो फिर पहले blank के लिए 4 option, second blank के लिए 4 option, separate. हाँ, so these are easier than the reading comprehension ones. इसमें sentence का context ध्यान में लेना पड़ता है. So this is the second easiest question. So the most difficult is reading comprehension. Second is this, and the simplest is the sentence equivalence. Sentence equivalence is also fill in the blank question. एक ही blank होता है.
अच्छा.
और 6 options होते हैं.
अच्छा.
तो 6 options में से you have to select 2 words. जो अगर मैंने उस fill in the blank में डाला तो फिर sentence का meaning same रहेगा. That means essentially तो मुझे 2 synonyms डालने हैं.
हाँ.
Which will fit the ये सबसे easy होते हैं.
Can you give us an example? Like maybe the question can be like, I am going to eat and I am going to have dinner. So eat and dinner would be the correct choice of options from the.
बराबर.
Okay. So because
yes.
you the
so, or
of the sentence, right?
Yeah. और वो 6 option में से generally you'll find 2 pairs of synonyms. तो मतलब for example इस example में 6 options में से एक होगा eat, दूसरा होगा dinner और second होगा
banana.
I have to exercise and run. ऐसे 2 होगा.
इतने simple नहीं
आएंगे लेकिन हाँ, तो you'll find two pairs which mean the same thing.
right,
उसमें से करेक्ट वाली पेयर चूज करनी है.
right.
So this is the easiest. So what I did as a strategy, yeah, I should mention that you can go back and forward in the questions. आप आगे वाले क्वेश्चन पहले कर सकते हो, फिर पीछे आ सकते हो.
Perfect.
आप क्वेश्चन को मार्क कर सकते हो कि ये करना बाकी है ऐसा.
कुछ नेगेटिव
तो मैंने पहले सेंटेंस इक्विवेलेंस, नहीं नेगेटिव मार्किंग नहीं होती. तो क्वेश्चन नहीं आ रहा तो मटका लगा दो फिर.
राइट राइट.
तो सेंटेंस इक्विवेलेंस मैंने पहले सॉल्व किए थे. उसके बाद आई वेंट फॉर टेक्स्ट कंप्लीशन और लास्ट मैंने रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन सॉल्व किया था.
ओके, सो लास्ट में रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन सॉल्व किया था. सो व्हाट कम्स नेक्स्ट? लाइक कॉन्ट का एक आता है, फिर वर्बल आएगा, या फिर जो पहले आएगा उसके बाद दूसरा, मतलब कॉन्ट वर्बल कॉन्ट आएगा या वर्बल कॉन्ट
अल्टरनेट आएगा.
ओके ओके ओके.
नहीं 5 होते हैं, तो क्वांट वर्बल क्वांट या फिर वर्बल क्वांट वर्बल.
राइट 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 राइट. सो वेयर दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट हाउ यू अटेम्प्टेड योर एग्जाम. पर फिर आपको ये खुशखबरी कब मालूम पड़ी कि आपने इतना अच्छा स्कोर किया है? सो कुछ 10-15 दिन लगते हैं या तभी मालूम पड़ जाता है रिजल्ट?
हाँ, तो आपका वर्बल क्वांट और उसका टोटल ये इमीडिएटली पता चल जाता है.
अच्छा.
तो हाँ, तो वो उसको अनऑफिशियल स्कोर कहते हैं. और फिर 10-12 दिन के बाद आपको राइटिंग का स्कोर और ओरिजिनल स्कोर, मतलब ये दोनों
सेक्शन होता है.
हाँ, तो राइटिंग सेक्शन का स्कोर तो वो पता चलता है. और उसके साथ रिपोर्ट भी आता है कि आपने कौन सा क्वेश्चन गलत किया, कौन सा सही किया. मतलब क्वेश्चन नहीं दिखता, बस क्वेश्चन नंबर दिखता है. क्वेश्चन 1 करेक्ट, क्वेश्चन 2 करेक्ट और उसका डिफिकल्टी, तो वो रिपोर्ट होता है. और एक और इम्पोर्टेंट बात ये होती है कि एग्जाम होने के बाद यू गेट द ऑप्शन टू रिपोर्ट द स्कोर्स और नॉट रिपोर्ट द स्कोर्स. मतलब आपको लगा कि, मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आपका ये पहला अटेम्प्ट है, सॉरी सेकंड अटेम्प्ट है, और आपको लगा कि फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट से गंदा गया है,
अच्छा,
तो यू कैन चूज नॉट टू रिपोर्ट द स्कोर्स. तो आपके पहले वाले स्कोर्स वैलिड रहेंगे.
तो वो कंसीडर
दैट इज एन ऑप्शन.
अब इसमें आएगा ही नहीं कि आपने टेस्ट दिया.
हाँ,
डिस्कार्ड सीधा.
बराबर, वो डिस्कार्ड हो जाएगा सीधा.
कॉस्ट कितनी, मतलब अगर इतना ऑप्शन है तो वो भी सोचना चाहिए ना एग्जाम.
तो उसका कॉस्ट अराउंड 14,000 रुपीज होता है.
14,000. तो आई वुड रिकमेंड ऐसा मत करना, अच्छे से पढ़ो. नहीं क्लियर.
हाँ, मतलब बस ऐसे ही दे दी ऐसा मत करो.
आपके एक
के जाओ थोड़ा.
आप ले सकते हो इतने पैसे में. पर अच्छा है, मतलब ऑप्शन की लाइक ये रिपोर्टिंग जो है ये सीधा यूनिवर्सिटीज को रिपोर्ट होता है क्या, मतलब स्कोर्स?
हाँ, तो स्कोर रिपोर्टिंग का भी एक ऑप्शन होता है कि अब ये स्कोर, ये टेस्ट देने में ही 14,000 रुपए लगते हैं. तो उसके बाद जब आप एक्चुअली हायर एजुकेशन के लिए जब अप्लाई करोगे, तब आपको ये जीआरई के स्कोर सेंड करने पड़ता है यूनिवर्सिटीज को. तो उसके लिए एडिशनल फी होती है.
ओके.
$20 की वगैरह.
अच्छा.
तो $10-20 की पर स्कोर. तो फिर वो बहुत महंगा हो सकता है. तो जीआरई के बाद मतलब इमीडिएटली वहीं पे
टेस्ट खत्म होने के बाद में यू गेट टू चूज एटलीस्ट 4 यूनिवर्सिटीज. आई थॉट लाइक
4.
तो 4 फ्री में.
तो मतलब हाँ,
ओके.
तो एग्जाम होने के बाद इमीडिएटली 4 यूनिवर्सिटीज को सेंड करने का ऑप्शन आता है. तो वहां पे मतलब कंट्री सिलेक्ट कर सकते हो आप, स्टेट सिलेक्ट कर सकते हो, या फिर अगर आपने पहले देखा होगा तो हर डिपार्टमेंट को एक कोड होता है. मतलब अगर आप डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंप्यूटर साइंस को अप्लाई करना चाहते हो इस यूनिवर्सिटी में, तो उसका कोड आता है, 4 डिजिट कोड होता है. तो वो भी आप सर्च कर सकते हो.
Okay.
या फिर कंट्री और स्टेट, मैंने कंट्री और स्टेट से किया था, तो उससे भी आप कर सकते हो सर्च.
अच्छा.
एंड यू कैन चूज टू सेंड योर स्कोर्स फॉर 4 यूनिवर्सिटीज फॉर फ्री. तो थोड़ा सोच के, मतलब थोड़ा पढ़ के वगैरह आप गए तो फिर उतने
आप रेकमेंड करोगे कि
हाँ,
इतनी यूनिवर्सिटीज, 4 यूनिवर्सिटीज है मेरी टॉप वाली जिनको मैं अप्लाई करना चाहता हूँ. लाइक मे बी 1-2 सेफ और 1-2 एम्बिशियस, ऐसा भी मिक्सचर कोई कर सकता है. और
बराबर
उसके बाद में अच्छे से, क्योंकि अगर ये वेस्ट हो जाएगा तो फालतू में $20 का फीस भर के आपको वापस अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, बराबर.
तो जैसे लिमिट तो कुछ नहीं कि कितने आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो. अप्लाई तो सबको कर सकते हो,
कितने भी सबके कर सकते हो.
पर $20 मतलब काफी, कितना
350 हो गया वैसे.
1500, लाइक 1500, राइट?
1500 rupees
per university. So Ved, the next question for you is from Gauri. She wants to know कि टाइम टेबल आपने कैसे सेट किया और टाइम टेबल कैसे सेट करके एग्जैक्टली कैसे फॉलो किया जाए फॉर जीआरई.
हाँ, तो अब टाइम टेबल सबके लिए कस्टम होगा. मतलब कुछ लोगों को क्वांट वर्बल दोनों आसान जाएगा, कुछ लोगों को क्वांट इजी जाएगा, कुछ लोगों को वर्बल इजी जाएगा. सो व्हाट आई सजेस्ट वुड बी कि थोड़ा बेसिक पढ़ो जीआरई के बारे में, जीआरई के क्वेश्चंस देखो थोड़े, और फिर पहली जो टेस्ट है ईटीएस की पावर प्रेप वो दो. थोड़ी सी पढ़ाई करके, तो उसमें आपको डिटेल पता चल जाएगा कौन सा सेक्शन वीक है, कौन सा सेक्शन अच्छा है, और कौन से क्वेश्चन टाइप्स में ज्यादा इम्प्रूवमेंट हो सकती है। और
Right.
उसके हिसाब से आप फिर डिसाइड करो कि मुझे रोज 2 घंटा पढ़ाई करनी है, उसमें से 1 घंटा मैं वर्बल का रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन करूंगा, आधा घंटा टेक्स्ट कंप्लीशन करूंगा और रिमेनिंग हाफ एन आवर क्वांट का रिविजन करूंगा। ऐसा फिर वो आप पे।
Cool. So, where did you have any bad experiences, or could you share some of your personal experiences and give guidance about what mistakes to avoid during the preparation of GRE overall?
Yes, so the main mistake that I would say I did was that I spent too much time on reading comprehension.
Okay.
मतलब मैंने उसका बहुत प्रैक्टिस किया, पर आफ्टर सम टाइम मेरा एक्यूरेसी बढ़ा ही नहीं रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में।
अच्छा।
मतलब 10 में से 6 बराबर 4 गलत आते ही थे हर बार।
Okay.
तो मैं ऐसा सजेस्ट करूंगा कि रियलिस्टिक लिमिट्स रखो खुद के लिए, ज्यादा ट्राई मत करो। मतलब रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन के अलावा यू कैन कॉम्पनसेट फॉर अदर क्वेश्चंस आल्सो, क्योंकि हर सेक्शन 20 क्वेश्चंस का होता है वर्बल का, और 20 में से 10 क्वेश्चंस रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन के होते हैं और 10 क्वेश्चन बाकी के होते हैं,
राइट,
टीसी प्लस सेंटेंस इक्विवेलेंस। तो यू कुड कवर अप इन दोस क्वेश्चंस आल्सो। तो दैट विल बी वन। अनदर विल बी, जो मैंने स्कोर रिपोर्टिंग का बोला, 4 यूनिवर्सिटीज को आप रिपोर्ट कर सकते हो। तो मैंने ज्यादा रिसर्च किया नहीं था कि कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी को अप्लाई करना है, तो मतलब बस थोड़ा ही पढ़ा था मैंने, और फिर वहां जाके कुछ यूनिवर्सिटीज को अप्लाई हो गया, और फिर मैंने बाद में डिसाइड किया उसको अप्लाई भी नहीं करना है, तो वो 4 में से मेरे 2 वेस्ट हो गए। तो वैसा मत करो, क्योंकि $20 बच सकते हैं आपके, वो भी एक ध्यान में।
Right. So, guys, now we will move towards our most important questions. जो मतलब मैंने कहा था स्टार्ट में कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन सबसे लास्ट में। तो एक क्वेश्चन है वेद बाय संकेत। He wants to ask कि क्या स्पेसिफिक डाइट फॉलो की जानी चाहिए जीआरई की प्रिपरेशन के वक्त? मतलब भिंडी चलेगी?
भिंडी तो नहीं चलेगी, भिंडी खाई तो फिर गया, स्कोर को बाय बाय कर दो फिर आप।
और किसी स्पेशल मक्की का आटा वगैरह आप कुछ रेकमेंड करोगे खाने के?
हाँ, घर का खाना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है।
आपके हाथ माँ क्या posing this customary here.
ऐसा कर।
I will point you ना, I will point to you.
Okay.
Nice. Yes. ठीक है.
Subscribe to ज्ञानी बड़ी, बहुत अच्छा रिसोर्स है।
अरे हो देता म्हटलंच नाही। So guys, this was all about what is GRE and how to prepare for GRE video with Ved. Now, if this video gets good response from you guys, if you like, share and comment and even subscribe, so we will think about making a post GRE video, like how to apply to universities and which universities are good. So make sure you hit that like button. And I would also like to tell you guys that if you people want to join the GyaniBuddy community and would like to even intern with us, so you could fill the form in the description below.
Yes.
So it was a pleasure having you with us, Ved. We wish you all the best. I am sure you must have applied to dream universities like maybe Stanford or Harvard.
Yes.
So I hope you get admitted. And
thank you for having me. Guys, जाके सब्सक्राइब करो, बहुत अच्छा रिसोर्स है और एजुकेशनल वीडियोस।
Right. I'll be sure to, or even Ved, may I request you to write a blog for our viewers so that,
yes, I'll soon write a blog with the resources and tips
cool.
and tricks.
So I will link that blog in the description below, guys. Make sure that you check it out. Okay. Cool. So have a nice day, all. Bye.
Yes. Bye.